cultural tradition in the Philippines. Tradition is passing down of elements of culture from generation to generation, especially by oral communication. Philippines is one of the country in the Southeast Asia that has varied cultural influence. Most of these influence are results of previous colonialization deriving mainly from the culture of Spain and United States. The Filipino or the Pinoys is rich in customs and tradition that was from their ancestors. But do the Filipino millennials still care about their traditions? I'm Kristel Kaye Deruel, and let's talk about the cultural tradition in the Philippines. As a Filipino millennial, do you believe that we still have to do those traditions we inherited?
As a Filipino, I think traditions are what makes us Filipino. It we as people, you need to have traditions in order for us to be noticed to the other countries. I think that being a Filipino millennial, I believe traditions are must be kept.
Do you think it is important for you to learn or know about your traditions?
Yes, because traditions, each of the traditions that we learn has a lesson on it, and it can really have an impact when we grow up into being adults. It can help us to learn a lot more about our culture and our country.
Does your parents or anyone in your family still believe that we still have to do those traditions we inherited?
Yes, my mom, she's really a mother that believes in the traditions that was set apart from her mother and also from her grandmother, and now she's teaching us the traditions that she had learned from it. My father is very strict about setting up traditions in our home. So, but we tend to keep it in a new state. We tend to mix up the traditions that we have in order for it to become new, like in our culture that we are in today. So some of the traditions are really not important for us, but we really keep it, the most important ones.
Can we carefully adjust those traditions to make it more effective to be still done in this moment?
As a world that's constantly changing, traditions are no longer being done in some countries, especially in the Philippines. Well, but other parts of the country, we tend to keep it because it came from our elders, and I think we can carefully adjust it to a level that we can all approve on. We can think of ways to effectively renew the tradition, but also keep it at its state.
Millennials, it's hardly news that they are considered drastically different from the older generation. The older generation seems to possess a completely different mentality, marked by placing others before themselves, working hard to succeed, and following their parents' footsteps. There's a huge factor that has changed this mentality entirely. Technology. The millennials have grown alongside various technologies and have fallen victim to them. Millennials are rewriting traditions, and this may be due to the sense of independence they get through the use of technology. Unlike previous generations, millennials don't have to do a lot of things on their own. They have computer for it. Everything is moving online now. The freedom they have to surf the web for help is reflected in their offline life, leading them sense of independence from the previous generation. People nowadays prepare to live modern style of life, but it's essential to understand that our traditions are also very important, and we should not ignore them. No matter how modern our thoughts are, being modern can highlight you in public, but being traditional will help you to be down to earth. Modernity will give you enjoyment and will teach you to become bold, confident, and smart. Tradition, on the other hand, will give you peace, calmness, and will teach you to be strong spiritually and emotionally. So I think that the both elements should be present to lead happy and successful life.